Hello all, happy Monday. We are up for some crazy adventures around here. I have a little disclaimer to make today. My name is Bev McCullough of Flamingo Toes, and we are sewing through the Meadowland quilt along. I am having so much fun seeing your quilts and all of your fun progress on the quilt, whether you're caught up with where we're going in the sew along or whether you're just, starting and you just found out about it. It's been really fun to see all your photos, and I'm super excited that you're all sewing along. Just a little disclaimer today. Last week I had no air conditioning because our air went out. We got that fixed last Wednesday, which was great. But then 10 minutes ago, our power went out over at the freeway, at the interstate. There was apparently a problem with downed power lines, and so now we're on the adventure of no power. So no air again this week, but more importantly, no power. So I have a battery operated thing that keeps my Wi-Fi going for a while after I have power. But needless to say, this is going to be a short and sweet video. So I want to see who's here, say hi to you all. And then I'm going to do the tips because that's the important part of the video. And then we'll get to the fun stuff like the giveaways and things that are going on in the blog. So we're going to change up the order a little bit this week, but I really appreciate your patience bearing with me. It's been a crazy 15 minutes. Yeah, anyway. Hi Dawn, hi Lindy's here, Dolores is here, Katarina, Elaine's here, hot in California. It's hot here too in Tennessee, Elaine. Helen's here. Helen reminding everybody to hit the like button. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. Lance Weasel's here. 90 degrees in Boston. I don't know what our temp is, but it's toasty. And we have a lot of the haze from Canada today. It's very odd looking outside. It's very hazy and gray. Darlene and Dolores are here. Kelly and Leslie. Linda's here from Greenville, Tennessee. Very fun. And Bambi's from LA. Carol says she hopes the power comes back on soon. Me too, Carol. And Pam's here. Trisha. Melissa's here. I know, if she says a quilter's nightmare, I guess I'd get all your cutting done. Yes, hopefully it won't be out that long. I think it's a fairly large outage, so depending upon what actually happened, it sounds like there's power lines potentially across the interstate. Both, I live near I-65, and it sounds like there's power lines across both sides of the interstate. So I don't know if a lot of people power out means that it'll get fixed quickly, or if it's a big mess and it won't get fixed quickly. I don't know. Hey, Leanne, thank you. Linda says, California is sizzling. Oh my goodness. That doesn't sound so fun. that means get to the beach, right? Okay, so we are sewing through our Meadowland quilt, and we are on week 7. So we have taken each section of the quilt and we have made it up in a video. We've made it up for the week, and I have a video for each week. You can check all those out on my YouTube channel. And today we are at the center top assembly. I decided to break up the center top assembly and the borders and finishing into 2 weeks, just to give you enough time if you want to stay on task. Of course, there's no requirement for that, but if you want to stay on task, I gave a little bit more time. So feel free to sew your borders on this week if you want. There's nothing terribly tricky about these borders. They're not, there's not extra piecing sometimes like I include in my quilts, or you can wait and, just put your top together this week and then do the borders next week. So it's totally up to you. The world's your oyster. It's your quilt, right? Oh, thanks. Okay, so this is a fairly straightforward assembly on this. The only thing that you need to be aware of is that you are assembling in the round, which means that we're starting with the barn. Then the barn block has the sashing kind of built into it, and then you put in the patchwork rows, and then you are going to add a sashing, which is a background fabric sashing around the patchwork. But don't forget that in the patchwork sashing are 4 like stitch and flip corners to finish out the rest of the flower basket blocks. So you can see there's the patchwork borders or rows all around the barn, and then inside that sashing is a green print triangle that kind of finishes out that flower basket block and gives it the what is basically the stem of the block, but it's in the actual sashing. So don't forget to sew that on. It's an easy step to miss if you're just thinking like I've got to get the sashing on there. And then so that gets sewn on, and then you're going to continue piecing. When you get to the star block rows, so those are at the, you know, the last row basically in the round, there's sashing that goes on either side of the star block rows as well. So you'll sew the star block rows together, and then a small piece of sashing goes above and below that, and that allows it to fit together with those pinwheel blocks. Otherwise, if you forget that step, it's going to be too short and it's not going to piece together well. So don't forget to sew that sashing on. And then if you're worrying about your direction, just lay out your quilt and pay kind of attention to how your patchwork, your pinwheel blocks, how those are pieced together, so that you make sure that the points of the pinwheels match up the way they're supposed to. And there's nothing wrong with kind of practicing laying it all out. We do that with blocks too. We lay out the blocks to make sure that it's laid out correctly. You can do that with your quilt too. So lay out the quilt, you know, on the floor or on a bed or something like that, wherever you have space, and check your pinwheel points before you sew it all together. You don't want to have to take that out. Those are really the only tips, and they're more just cautions of being careful that you don't miss any steps, because it is kind of like a puzzle. You want to check your measurements as you go. If your measurements aren't exactly like mine, but your blocks and your rows are all still fitting together, don't stress, because if your seam allowance was a little bit off of mine, but it was maintained all the way through the way you did your blocks, it'll still fit together well. So just kind of, you know, pay attention to that as you're fitting it together, since we're sewing it together kind of in the round. So if you guys have questions about assembly, I'm happy to answer them. But I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss out on the assembly part or the tips for today, in case I just go away in a random, whatever, lose my power. So Carrie's here. Oh, Dawn said she had the haze on Saturday, and she hopes I get my power soon. Me too. It's getting a little warm in here. Colleen says if I had a generator, it would help in times like this. I do have a generator, but it was a very quick, like, this happened right before today's video, so there wouldn't have been time to get it going and you know, set up in time for the video. So we just have a little short tweak of a video today. So now that I've got the tips, and if you're just tuning in, we're doing things a little bit backwards. I gave the tips at the beginning of the video because I don't want to miss out on those in case I do have to get off of here quickly. But now we're going to do the extra stuff that I do usually at the beginning of a video. So I am sewing along with the Fat Quarter Shop Evergreen Mystery Quilt. They do 2 a year, 2 fun mystery quilts in the summer. They do a ton of sew-alongs all year long, right? They keep us, they have so much inspiration. It's just so fun. But I enjoy joining in with the Halloween and the Christmas ones. And the Christmas one just started last week. And look at this. Here is the first section. And this quilt will be sewn together in sections, not in blocks, because of the design. And you can kind of probably tell by the name Evergreen and what section 1 looks like where we're going with this. So this is section 1. Look how cute it is. Isn't it darling? So it's a whole row of little gifts. And I am sewing with my Dainty Daisy in the Alpine color as my tree here. And then I'm sewing with the Fabric Collection Twas from Zippy Burrow, Jill Haworth, as the prints in the collection. It's such a cute collection, you guys. It's very cute and vintagey. And of course, you know that I love pinks and reds and greens for Halloween. Well, you know, whatever, but for Christmas too. So it's pairing really well. She didn't have a super subtle green for the base of the tree, and I really wanted those prints to pop. So that's why I'm using Alpine Dainty Daisy, and it's really blending well. You'll be able to see it tomorrow when section 2 is released. The prints are playing really well color-wise together. So that is going on, and you can hit the link in today's video description over to my blog, and it will take you to the pattern links. There's also a free cross stitch along that is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. So if you love to cross stitch, check that out. And you don't even have to be doing it right now. If you want to do it in October, November, whenever, you know, just download the patterns now so that you can reference them later. So they're easy to find. The other thing I wanted to tell you about before we do giveaways is, well, let's do giveaways. I don't have my overhead camera today because it is a powered overhead camera, so we're just doing the front camera today. But every week we do a giveaway, and it's my way of saying thank you guys for tuning in and how much I appreciate your support. So last week we had a fun giveaway, and it was for, let's do the fabric first, for my Daisy Fields. This is my Daisy Fields fabric collection that came out last year. You can see the colors. I do still have some of the fat quarter bundles and stackers of Daisy Fields in my shop if you are interested in that. So this is a 10-inch stacker of Daisy Fields, and to pair with it, I have a 10-inch stacker of, whoa, that's not going to show up very well, Hush Hush 2. This is, well, it's low volume based on the fact that you can't see it very good. So it's Riley Blake's second low volume collection, and it is made up of 42 10-inch pieces, but there are 21 different prints in the bundle, and they're designed by 21 different Riley Blake designers. So it's a really great pairing together. And then to go with it, if you would like to make up a quilt, this is my Stacking Stars quilt pattern, and it uses a 10-inch stacker of a print fabric and a 10-inch stacker of background fabric. So you can take this little set and make up a quilt, and all you'll need is a little bit more sashing for the background and a border print. So super cute and super easy, right? I know, it's so fun. And our winner, she was watching on YouTube last week, is, it's just washing out. There we go, Pamela Winkle. Pamela is our winner. Pamela, you can send me an email, bev@flamingotoes.com, and I will get your prize out to you this week. And the giveaways are very easy to enter. All you have to do is leave a comment, and that counts as your entry. I gather up all the comments and I draw the winner right before the following Monday's video. And you can do that whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and whether you're watching live or later in the week. So our giveaway for this week is a conglomerate of stuff. I have for you guys my Make It Mini book. This is got 13 mini quilts in it. They're all really fun and cute. I'm going to do another sew along. We've done 2 sew alongs with these, and I'm going to do another one out of this book. I think, well, let's see, what would be a good one to do? I think we might do this one next with the little house. Or we might do, I don't know, this one is really cute, you guys. That would be a fun one. If you have a favorite from the book that we haven't done a sew along with, let me know in the comments, and we'll take it into consideration. So you get a copy of my Make It Mini book, and then because you need fabric to make a project from the book, I have 2 Liberty fabric stackers for you guys. This is the Flower Show Coastal Walk, and I have 2 of these for you. Here's the cute prints. They're blues and yellows. It would look gorgeous with any of these quilts, but it would look especially cute with the Be Beautiful Day one. Look at this one. Wouldn't that be cute? Though you could have, I think you could make almost any quilt in here. with those 2 5-inch stackers and still have a 5-inch stacker probably left to do something else with. I have a very cute Lori Holt ruler that is, I'm trying to see the size. It is 2.5 by 4.5. So how perfect is this for all your trimming of your like flying geese or different things like that, or your half square triangles, or if you're making like stitch and flip star points. Cute, right? And then on the Liberty theme, we got all the prizes today. I have a Liberty little apple or tomato pin cushion for you guys. Look at that print. Isn't that so cute? So that is today's prize, and I will announce the winner next week. And if you would like to enter, all you need to do is leave a comment. Easy peasy. And if you already have the mini book and you would like my other book, Retro Stitchery, which is mostly embroidery projects, but, well, it's all embroidery projects, but not so much quilting. You can use them for other things, bags or all different kinds of things. You can switch it out for that book if you'd like. So those are our giveaways. I'm so glad you guys like them. Dawn says the blue Liberty is so pretty. I think so too, Dawn. I love it. And, oh, Dorothy says it's a fabulous book. Thank you, Dorothy. Yay! Cheryl says she loves Daisy Fields. She has a fat quarter bundle that she's hoarding because she can't cut it. Aw, Cheryl! Well, maybe you'll win the 10-inch stacker and you can cut that. Oh, no, that was Pamela. That was last week. Well, you could maybe pick up a 10-inch stacker so you could cut that and just hold on to the fat quarter bundle. I totally get what you're saying. I have several bundles that I'm like, I just own this. I'm not actually going to make something with it because I just love it too much. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about our upcoming stuff before I let you guys go today. Again, we are the, Christy's doing an easy peasy comment. Haha, Christy. Oh, and Lindy says she loves the one with the house. I like that one too, and I think it would be a really fun one to do as a sew-along. I think that would be really fun because it's got the cute Dresden sun, and then the piecing, and the embroidery is very simple. It says home sweet home. Let's do that. I think that would be fun. We'll do that this fall sometime, okay? Yay. So coming up in 2 weeks, we have the Spooky Lane Sew Along. And that is this quilt here. I designed it to go with Haunted Adventure, and it is a really fun one. We're going to kick it off on the 31st. And we're going to take each row a week, and then by the end of, September, we'll be all done, and it will be a perfect, cute quilt to have for October. So I would love for you guys to join in with me. This is going to be so fun. The kickoff week is just kind of talking about what we'll need and fabrics and things like that. August 7th is when we'll actually start sewing, so it's going to be really fun. I would love for you guys to join me for that. It's just going to be a blast. All kinds of fun, spooky things. And I'll have tips for you every week, just like I did with this quilt along. It's very simple as far as, it's just taking time and steps, and there's not a whole lot of blocks in each row, so it'll be really fun. And I have a link today in the video description for shops that are carrying Haunted Adventure if you want to make up your Spooky Lane quilt just like mine in Haunted Adventure fabrics. Fat Quarter Shop has a ton of it, and then there's other shops that are carrying it as well, and I think a few shops that have kits for the quilt as well. So check those out if you want to sew with Haunted Adventure, but you're welcome to sew with any Halloween fabric line you would like, or I guess it doesn't have to be Halloween, but I don't know, it feels like a Halloween quilt, so probably want to sew with Halloween. So you can sew with anything if you want to grab from your stash or anything like that. It's fat quarter friendly, so just keep that in mind, and you can find the pattern in my shop, and I have that linked in today's video description as well too. So, all right guys, it's getting toasty in here, and I am sorry, but we're going to cut it a little bit short because I'm going to run out of battery here. Thank you guys so much for your patience and our little technical issues. It's the beauty of live. If you are just tuning in, the tips for assembly are at the beginning of the video this week, and I will be back to normal, hopefully, as we do our borders next week. I have a fun sneak peek for you guys next week because we are going to do borders, which doesn't take very long to talk about. And I'm going to also show you a sneak peek of some of all of the new prints that are coming in Dainty Daisy. So there are 12 Dainty Daisy prints right now, and we are adding 18 to that for a total of 30 different prints, and they are beautiful colors and also low volumes, and I cannot wait for you guys to see them. So I'm going to give a little sneak peek. I just got my strike offs for these a couple days ago, so they're not like perfect yet, but they're very close, and I don't think you'll even be able to tell the difference on camera. So so I'm going to show you guys that next week. It's going to be really fun. So tune in next week for our big grand finale. I'll have a really nice big giveaway for you guys next week as far as that as well. So hint, hint on that. Thanks so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see your quilts come together this week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye, everybody.